is the Bison Football Show with Coach Tim Polasek. Brought to you by Gate City Bank for a better way of life. And Pepsi.
Cam Miller will throw, and he wants the deep ball. He's got Bryce Lance. Lance in stride at the 15. This is a touchdown for Bryce Lance. 74 yards.
One of many touchdowns yesterday for the Herd down in Murray, Kentucky. Welcome on in. It is the Bison Football Show along with Coach Tim Polasek. I'm Sam Neidermann, and Coach, tons of offense, tons of takeaways yesterday down in Murray, Kentucky.
Yeah, some short fields, the takeaways by the defense and positioning the offense, to strike quickly. Really pleased with the way we come out. And just with the right intent, trying to play to the standard that we try to reestablish every week for ourselves. Since we started, we've made this thing about competing hard, improving, and being tough. And if we keep those things at the forefront, we have a chance to reach our full potential.
Yep, it's up to 8 games in a row now in the victory column for the Bison as they beat Murray State 59-6. Let's take a look back at how it all played out. First half highlights presented by Gate City Bank. Racer won the racehorse that Murray State has with the pregame ceremonies. Wouldn't see too much of it in the game. That was good news for the Bison. They start things off. Opening series, Barika Penu on the first play from scrimmage, 17-yard carry. That would get the Bison off and running on their opening possession. Pick things up from the 48-yard line of Murray State. First down and 10. Cam Miller over the middle. Braylon Henderson ducking and diving defenders. That's another first down. Coach, this opening series would start with 5 first downs and then this touchdown, 7-yard run by Marty Brown.
Yeah, I don't think we had a third down in the first half. And it was interesting, really good mix of run and pass, and we wanted to get on their edges early, and that made them adjust and get more safeties into the box. That created opportunity down the road.
Marty with his 8th rushing score of the season to this point would not be his first on the game. 7-0 Bison. Murray State driving into Bison territory. Marcus Gully with a nice stop from linebacker makes the play on 2nd down and 10. Minimal gain. It would bring up 3rd down and 11. Jaden Johansson, the quarterback, back to pass and say hello to not one, not two, the entire defensive line, coach, with a big sack.
Yeah, that'll be a fight in the D-line room. Like, whose sack is it? Who gets accounted for it? That's going to be hard for Ryan Peralt to figure out.
Yeah, I love the celebration there, too. Eli Mostert, Cody Heisman. Bison pick things up after a missed field goal right off of the break. Play action pass, and the big hitter, coach, Bryce Lance, 74-yard score.
Yeah, just the run game setting up opportunities for the play action game and to get the ball downfield. It's really good to see us capitalize on their safeties being low and in the box. And that kind of attributed to later in the game. Got a little bit difficult when we got run first heavy.
And then it was a 14-0 lead after the extra point from Griffin Croce. You see Bryce there. He got off it early in this game. It was not his first score as well. Ensuing Murray State possession, 3rd down and 8. Pressure up the pipe. Tip drill. Enoch Sibomana to the house. A pick 6, coach.
Just really happy for Enoch and the defense, to get a pick 6, a big turnover, big takeaway. We're plus 14 in the takeaway category right now in the ratio. And that's number 1 in the country. And I thought this was a really good job by Grant Olson working away from his tendencies. And it's important to have tendencies because you got to be good at something. But good pressure by Crumby right there, and then good team interception.
Yeah, the tip by Loshaka Rokes. Enoch, 34-yard return for the score, the first of his career. Bison up 21-0. They would make it 28-0 after this touchdown run from Marty Brown. That was early in the second quarter. 28-0 in favor of the Herd early and often. Murray State would get a field goal. Bison would drive down on the ensuing possession. Slant route to Bryce Lance. Twisted into the end zone. He gets through over the plane after they made sure that he got possession of the football. Take another look, Coach. Bryce's 2nd of the game.
Yeah, again, the boundary safety playing extremely low, and that's a hard deal to complete with press coverage. You'd like to have free access there, and so good throw and catch.
Darius Gibbons had an interception for the Bison on the next Murray State drive. That would bring in Nathan Hayes at quarterback, his first career completion. It goes to Chris Harris, 27-yarder. Drive is off and running. 1st down and 10 from the 46. Barika with a big run into Murray State territory, and that would set up the Bison down near the goal line. 2nd down and 3 from the 6, and Nathan Hayes to Bryce Lance. Bryce's 3rd score score of the day and Nathan's first career touchdown pass.
Yeah, big day by Bryce, beating man coverage and matchup football. But that was really cool to see Nathan, calm, cool, collected, fundamentals, getting his right foot on the ground and throwing an extremely accurate ball to the bigger receiver.
Yeah, it was a great drive to see the Bison go up 42-3. Final play of the first half. Another blocked kick from Cody Heisman, coach. He had the blocked PAT last week against SDSU. This one to cap the half here at Murray.
Good football teams rush kicks hard. Good football teams run down and cover the kick and run through the end zone. Really pleased with our effort level, and then Cody, his ability to get his hand up on what was a low kick and take advantage of it. Without effort and just wanting to play hard, that's not even possible.
No doubt about it. You take a look at our first half stats presented by Nodak Insurance Company. The Bison lead 42-3 at the break. Much more to come here when we return on the Bison Football Show. Take a look at our second half highlights as NDSU continued to roll down at Murray State.
Teamwork, talent, dedication, leadership. These values that win championships on the field, build community, improve lives, and make a difference every single day. For you, for our neighbors, for our community, for a better way of life. Gate City Bank.
We're all players in the waiting game, whether that's for the day's first flight, the first shot, or the first retrieve. Entire off seasons of prep and practice all pointed at that singular moment each of us live for. First light. Because that's when it all becomes real. And it's finally your time to shine. Shields.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue. Carry on.
Chronic wasting disease is 100% fatal in deer. Though rare now, it will continue to rise unless you help do something about it. Knowing its location is the key to managing chronic wasting disease. When hunting in the Northeast and Unit 3B2 this fall, plan to get your deer tested. Visit gf.nd.gov to find drop-off locations or request a self-sample kit and review the regulations. The responsibility falls on us all. Let's keep the deer herds healthy for future generations.
Parents can influence their child's behavioral health in a few simple ways. The first is really having ongoing conversation.
Role modeling positive behavior. Parenting starts at home, and those positive influences that a parent has rolls off on their children.
Sometimes just a simple question will get a child talking, and you might learn things about your child that you just didn't know about before. If you get to a difficult topic, that's where you can reach out to Parents Lead and look for some of that information that might help you navigate that difficult topic. And that's one of the benefits of Parents Lead.
Better starts with convenience. Better starts with trust. You can trust that your pre-approval is guaranteed on closing day, which is one less thing to worry about. Better starts with saving you money. No ATM fees and no minimum balances mean how you spend your money is up to you. Because at Gate City Bank, better starts with you. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
Welcome back on in. It is the Bison Football Show with Coach Polasek. Let's take a look at the second half highlights from NDSU's win down at Murray State. Coach, first play of the second half, Jakees Alexander with an interception.
Yeah, really good job of just showing good hands. It's so important for our defensive backs to have good ball skills, good break on the ball, and really happy for him. He's had a couple weeks here battling a shoulder injury.
Third interception already for the Bison. And how about this run by Marty Brown on 2nd and 17?
Yeah, really just a man's run, right? I mean, he's a tough out there and pretty impressive job of avoiding the first level and then making it tough on the support to tackle them to the ground.
Bouncing off of everybody, a first down for the Bison deep into Murray State territory. It would set up goal to go, and Marty gets the reward, his third rushing score of the game, make it 10 for him on the season, and a 49-3 lead for the Bison. Ensuing Murray State possession, a forced fumble. Luke Wirtz puts it on the deck. Austin Altspeter with the recovery.
Yeah, the impressive thing about those last 3 clips is now we're into our not only our 2s, but some 3s, some young guys, and they're performing and working at improving. And now they've got things on tape that we can grab their attention and say this needs to be better.
It would set up a Bison field goal. Eli Ozick converts 52-3 in favor of the Bison early in the third quarter. Later in the third quarter, Murray State with a blocked punt. Coach, this happened the second time in the game as well.
Well, this is a deal where we've got a miscommunication by the guy who's leading the unit for the first time in live action, and we just have to get that cleaned up. Everybody's got to be on the same page as far as protection goes, and that just can't happen. Okay. But really good fumble recovery here, by Will Stile in the end zone.
Yeah, Code Green with another takeaway. It prevented Murray State from getting into the end zone. 52-6 Bison. Nathan Hayes still in the game at QB, working the deep ball to Jackson Williams. A couple of the youngsters capitalizing in the second half. Then 3rd and goal from the 9. Hayes finds John Gores, and Gores into the end zone for his second score of the season.
Yeah, I was just really pleased with 2 things. Number one, we followed through on what we said we were going to do. It was important for us to get Nathan live reps, and he needed those 14 or 15 throw attempts. I thought that was so critical, to moving this football team and this program forward. And that's what I have to keep at the forefront. I'm not that concerned with people's feelings or how they feel about us. And to be honest with you, their head coach complimented us on continuing to play, and they continued to play. They were running run blitzes. They were playing down defense. And so it was 60 minutes, and I appreciated his coach's perspective. And we had a lot of young guys that need to get better. We may need them as we move, towards the end of the season here.
No doubt. It was great to see all the different Bison getting in on the action in the second half. Here are the final stats presented by Nodak Insurance Company, Coach. 269 through the air, 190 on the ground. You were able to put up a lot of offense in this one, and we talked about the takeaways as well.
Yeah, the takeaways probably were the most critical thing. They set up good scoring opportunities for the offense. It's really fun to watch the defense, enjoy the game and create takeaways and do their job the way they want to do it. Like I said, we're plus 14 right now and in the turnover margin, and that's going to be a big deal moving forward into these games. They'll keep getting bigger and bigger. I think we're into playoff football now. Number one goal is to get home field advantage at the Fargodome.
No doubt. You look at also the 0 on turnovers. You're playing clean football too, and that helps out with that plus 14 ratio.
Yeah, we're 16-2. We have 2 turnovers on the year, and one was a throw, working Cole into the game, and I can't remember the other one off the top of my head. But it's impressive. The area that we have to improve on, is most certainly the penalties. We're getting a sideline warning, it seems like, in every game. I like that our energy and our enthusiasm is getting better, but we have to run a clean operation. And I've been disappointed in that. And then, we're running into this issue with some, giddiness or some intensity with our D-line with some of the jumps, because we're not getting holding calls right now. We're not getting many PIs. And so those are discipline things that that are on me, and we have to take care of that, and we need to move forward and get much better with the penalties.
We'll be keeping an eye on it as the Bison venture throughout the back half of this season. After the game, our Nodak Insurance Company player of the game, Bryce Lance, with WDAY's Sam Getziger.
Bryce, you're our Nodak Insurance player of the game. Stat line is pretty good. 4 catches, 108 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's a Randy Moss stat line. How were you feeling today?
Good. The coach just emphasized how this is, only game this week, so it's the most important one. So I think we did a really good job of coming out ready and coming out hot.
Offensively, you guys were moving the ball so well. Do you feel like you guys are playing your best football, or is that still yet to come?
I think the beauty about this team is, we just keep getting better each week. The coaching staff has done a great job of, pushing us. Obviously, we're named number 1 in the country this week, but nothing in practice changed. We still got a chip on our shoulder and still pushing.
You and a bunch of the older guys, some of the biggest cheerleaders for the younger guys that were out there, what was it like seeing them come out and play and get some more meaningful reps in a game?
Yeah, so happy for those guys, man. They do all the work. Everyone, we all know how it is being a young guy in this program. So happy that they get those opportunities for sure.
Bryce, congratulations. Great job today.
Appreciate it.
Bryce Lance, our Nodak Insurance Company player of the game, always smiling coach, and certainly a big performance.
Humble, hungry kid. You know, that's capitalizing on his opportunities. You know, he's kind of waited his turn. I like that he points out, you know, this team wants to get better. Our best football is still ahead of us, and we're continuing to improve. But the big thing right now for us is playing good team football, complementary football. The takeaways and the turnover margin is just one example of that. And I've really enjoyed, you know, watching Bryce grow as a leader as well. And I thought, you know, on that sideline, there is no stands, there is no band. Our guys did a really good job of being into it, you know, for the guys that are having some success for the first time. Yeah,
it was fun to see. 3 touchdowns for Bryce in the game. First Bison receiver to have 3 in a game since Cole Heckendorf, 2008 against Austin. And he had a chance down the right sideline. On the far sideline, you know, if we put a little bit more air on the ball, he probably gets his 4th, and it's a 140-yard day. And so, you know, I'm happy for Bryce, but it's all about, as a whole, the pass game was sharp. It was crisp with both quarterbacks in there. And overall, protection was good. We need some of those younger guys to finish plays. But you only learn that by giving up a sack and getting your quarterback hit, and it matters. No doubt. Let's take a look at our Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota carry of the game. Get coverage that moves you to a new state of well-being when you carry blue. Learn more at bcbsnd.com. Coach, our carry of the game, Marty Brown with a 7-yard touchdown run on the opening series.
Beautiful job by our O-line continuing to try to stay connected to guys and finish blocks. And then Marty just does a really nice job on the cutback right there, putting his head down, getting his pads down, and just a good job. And then the other touchdown rush that he had, I was pleased to see we jumped into a tempo call, and Marty finished that with attitude as well.
Love to see it. A 3-touchdown day for Marty as well. Much more to come here on the Bison Football Show. When we return, it's our Olaf Anderson feature, talking with a young man who is emerging in the Bison safety room, and Jaylin Crumby.
A better way of life is better days off and better nights in. Better hellos and better goodbyes. With locally approved, financed, and serviced home loans, Gate City Bank makes buying a home simple. Welcome home. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
At Shields, we're anglers, endlessly seeking and refining techniques. We're hunters and storytellers, because we've been out there. We're experts that put products and gear to the test, so we can share that knowledge with you. At Shields, we understand your outdoor journey and the path you're on, because we walk it too, every step of the way. Shields, right there with you.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue. Carry on.
Chronic wasting disease is 100% fatal in deer. Though rare now, it will continue to rise unless you help do something about it. Knowing its location is the key to managing chronic wasted disease. When hunting in the Northeast and Unit 3B2 this fall, plan to get your deer tested. Visit gf.nd.gov to find drop-off locations or request a self-sample kit and review the regulations. The responsibility falls on us all. Let's keep the deer herds healthy for future generations.
Welcome back to the Bison Football Show. Coach Polasek here, along with Sam Neidermann. Glad that you're with us. Let's take a look at this week's Olaf Anderson feature. WDAY Sam Getziger caught up with new Bison safety, Jaylin Crumby.
For redshirt freshman Jaylin Crumby, 2024 didn't get off to the start that he was hoping for, having to miss the first 4 games due to injury.
Yeah, it hurt a little bit deep down inside, but I took a lot of mental reps while I was out, film room, practice. Coach Kramer kept me running patterns, stay in shape when we were practicing. So I just knew I had to stay ready mentally.
The hard-hitting safety from Tampa, Florida is no stranger to strong competition, helping him in the transition to college football.
Different type of competition every Friday. Every Friday. No game is going to be easy, especially against big rivals. Rival games where definitely get the whole city out. I feel like it got me ready pretty good. I feel like everything was really the same, just the speed just picks up very fast going from high school to college. I adapted to it pretty fast, I feel like.
With injuries mounting for Bison safeties, Crumby is taking on the next man up mentality.
First off, it's a room full of great guys. We got Wiz, Darius, Sam, all of us. I say I bring that speed, athleticism. I feel like I'm becoming more of a communicator. Coach Kleiman is getting us to communicate a lot better, and I feel like I just bring that out of the safety room.
There you go, Jaylin Crumby on our Olaf Anderson feature, coach, and he had a great opportunity coming into the lineup this past week, and he was paying attention, staying ready during the interim of his injury.
Yeah, learned a lot about Jaylin when I was down at the high school this spring, looking at another kid. And he was at practice, and I could see him interact with some of his former teammates. And then the way the coach spoke about him, and then how he was embracing, Coach Crutchley and myself. He's done a really good job, and I really respect the job he did when he was injured, of staying locked in, of wanting to get better, wanting to improve, staying on top of the conditioning, because he's really been just plug and play and been right on top of it. He's done a really nice job of capitalizing on his opportunities, but really it's difficult to stay ready when you're injured. And so for him, I'm really pleased with him. And then he talked about the communication. That's going to be a big deal for us moving forward with Sam out. Someone's going to have to take control back there and make some calls and get us on the same page.
Pretty cool to see him get his opportunity this past weekend. He's back on the field and healthy as well. Well, we all know that Election Day is coming up. It's that much closer, and Measure 1 locally in Fargo concerns the new renovations proposed for the Fargodome. Take a look at this video for all the proposed amenities and possibilities for the home of Bison football.
The home of the Bison football team is ready for significant improvements that will make your game days more incredible than ever before. Imagine your excitement as you step into the additions on the west, south, and east sides of the Fargodome that will transform your experience. On the northeast corner, both inside and out, the building concourse will be expanded to provide ample space for circulation. Picture natural light spilling from the potential outdoor beer garden and food truck plaza, with green space for yard games and protection from the sun and Fargo winds. On the southeast side, a spacious addition will create an expanded lobby where you can gather with your Bison friends under large pregame monitors. Enjoy food and beverage opportunities while staying comfortable and out of the elements, with sunshine flowing through the spacious lobby. The west side will be completely transformed with an addition that connects the ticket entrance to the tailgating lots. Imagine an outdoor concert area with green space for yard games and video boards enhancing the pregame and postgame ambiance. The mezzanine level of the balcony addition would expand over the spacious interior ticketing and security area. The balcony would be perfect for live music, public or private events to enhance your game day experience. Picture the Gold Star Marching Band elevated on the balcony, playing to all of tailgating. Inside the new Southeast Edition, a grand staircase will lead you to the public mezzanine new club level overlooking the field. In the Southwest Pepsi corner, the concourse will have an addition creating ease of circulation and queuing lines for concessions with natural light flooding this corner as well. This expanded concourse will continue along the entire west side of the Fargodome. Additional restrooms will be easily accessed. A stairwell and elevator will give you access to the mezzanine overlooking tailgating as well as the concourse below. In the arena, the addition creates a sky level of new seating and sky level suites. This allows for evenly dispersed, accessible, and companion seating throughout the arena. This Sky Club level will have restrooms, food, and beverage, and be accessible by the new West Side elevators. Family areas with soft seating and monitors will be available behind the main viewing seats. New, modern, comfortable, upholstered seating with cup holders will be provided throughout the entire arena. The press box will be expanded to the east, creating space for easily accessible restrooms and serving areas for food and beverages. The southeast corner will have two new levels of clubs, one on the mezzanine level overlooking the field, and another as a field turf level club to cheer on the Bison as they march to the field. Envision green and gold, adorning the new west balcony on game day. The Grand Southwest Plaza would be filled with entertainment, music, games, and video boards for the ultimate Bison fan experience. Vote yes on Measure 1 to make this become a reality.
work, talent, dedication, leadership. These values that win championships on the field, build community, improve lives, and make a difference every single day. For you, for our neighbors, for our community, for a better way of life. Gate City Bank.
Orthopedic pain is limiting. It's unpredictable. And when it disrupts the way you move, it disrupts the way you live. Life is better when you feel empowered to move the way you want, when you want. And that's where our experts come in. We're your guides to orthopedic and sports medicine treatment options that can manage your pain, rehab your injuries, and restore your confidence. Take back the freedom to move. Explore your orthopedic options at Sanford Health.
Life is full of beautiful moments. Adventure, fun, excitement, and sometimes the unexpected can happen. With Nodak Insurance, you can keep doing what you do. Use our technology to file claims quickly online, on your phone, or lean on our award-winning service team so you can get back to what matters, living life uninterrupted. Nodak Insurance. Agents with answers.
Hey, grab me one too.
Wrapping things up here on the Bison Football Show as the Bison get ready for another game in Valley play. They're hosting the Northern Iowa Panthers. Kickoff at 2:30 on Saturday. Coach, going to be back in the Dome and back against a familiar foe in the Valley.
Yeah, I'm excited about this challenge. You know, we've been at this a long time. The bye week's right around the corner. We got a really good team, you know, that was up there with the rivalries, you know, years ago. And this is always a fast, aggressive team. Coach Farley will have these guys ready to go. And I think it's going to be a physical matchup. They're going to come into the Dome ready, and we're going to need everybody to show up and support these kids.
Can't wait for it, Coach. 2:30 kickoff as the Bison take on UNI inside the Dome. That is going to do it for us. A big thank you to our entire crew, and a big thank you to you, Coach. Always appreciate the time. Go Bison.
I appreciate it. Go Bison.
Let's do it. We'll see you guys on Saturday in the Dome. That's it for us. Go Bison.
Today's Bison Football Show with Coach Tim Polasek has been presented by Gate City Bank for a better way of life and Pepsi.
This has been an exclusive presentation from Learfield.